Hi, it's Jonny Cope here again. Just following on from my series of videos I'm shooting at the moment for my YouTube channel, Jonny Boing Boing. Just been demoing and explaining some different world instruments, and now I'm just going to turn my attention back to Hume. I've posted a few basic tuition guides for different types of throat singing, overtone singing, to give it its different names, but I haven't posted anything for quite some time. Life's kept me pretty busy. So I'm hoping to put that right with these videos. So I'm just going to start off with a quick overview of some of the different types of so-called throat singing or overtone singing, and make some differentiations between them. So although most people agree that this type of technique comes from Middle Asia, from Mongolia and Tuva in particular, though there are very similar styles in the Inuit people, and a few other ethnic minority people around the world. It's also been brought into the West and sort of westernized, if you like, almost sanitized, I suppose, in that the Western styles are a bit easier to learn, and they don't involve any of the sort of blocking, locking, pressure techniques that are often used in some of the Asian styles. So overtone singing is the production of a clear audible overtone or harmonic over above a sung drone sound. So just to recap something I've mentioned in previous videos, if I just sing with no particular technique, just a relaxed, open-throated, open-voiced try and sing sort of middle of my range with reasonable volume and control. You don't need to be a singer or know anything about music theory to be able to engage these techniques. Just start using your voice, warm up if you feel the need to, look after your voice basically, listen to your body. If you get any irritations or coughs or scratches, obviously stop. But all I'm doing is singing like that. And we can make overtones or harmonics simply by shaping the mouth. Most overtones in this style are triggered by the vowel sounds. Now I'm English speaking, so I use English vowel sounds, and they vary obviously from country to country, so find your own variation here. I'm not meaning this to be in any way authoritative, but English vowels A, E, I, O, U, I'm going to reorder those slightly and make O the first one. So if I exaggerate the mouth sound, the mouth shape rather, for the sound of O, 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 I make a circle here and a big space in the back of the mouth. And if I sing that, oh, oh. And now if I sing ah on the same pitch, ah, I've opened my mouth a bit more and exposed my teeth. Now if I try and move between those, and hopefully you'll hear the sort of sung drone, the sung pitch stays the same. Oh, ah, oh, ah. The reason we can hear the difference between those two is the overtones, is the harmonics. So we're getting this higher overtone happening with ah, which differentiates it from the O sound. Oh, ah, oh, ah. If I go wider into more of an E sound, oh, I, I'm really exposing my teeth there. Oh, so you can hear the pitch I'm singing doesn't change, but the overtones in the vowels change. So that's a very easy way to start listening and tuning your ear into the subtle sounds of overtones. But they are not very loud against the drone sound. So to improve them, we have to use what's called two-cavity technique. But what we did previously was one cavity. The mouth just remains just as one cavity. I'm going to take the tongue and I'm going to put it up, like that, up into the upper palate and touch it gently. In English, to trigger that sound, I'd use the word hull, hull, like the outside of a boat, the hull, and it makes ha, and the tongue touches the palate. I'm going to hold that position and sing through it. Now that's going to cause some of the sound to be held back, but it will filter the sound. So if I R, and I put a little bit of gentle pressure in my throat here, very quickly, by localizing that squeeze and that pressure, I can start to subdue the sung pitch, the sung drone, the ah, and push out the harmonic, so that should pop out more audibly. So I'm singing but I'm getting high harmonic, and if I move my lips and my teeth a little bit, then I can tune the overtone that I'm producing, and also moving my tongue. This is not meant to be a sort of tuition guide, it's just a quick explanation. I'll explain exactly how these techniques work in some videos to come. But if I hopefully you can hear I'm singing like a drone, just a fixed pitch with these overtones, little sort of melody improvisation floating around on top, and that's very satisfying and quite relaxing to do and to listen to. Then to look at briefly some other styles, the Asian styles, Mongolian Tuvan styles, tend to use more of a guttural glottal squeeze, so we can make this kind of sound in the back of the throat, which can be quite irritating at first. And get the overtones that way. Then there's a very low style, comes by different names, but one is kagara, which is a low rumble, where I'm using my vocal cords very briefly to trigger vibration, lowering my throat, so I can relax the vocal cords, so that this sound, that's not the vocal cords. Otherwise it would cause too much irritation. I can produce a sound much lower than I would normally be able to sing with my vocal cords. And once that's stabilized, I can shape the harmonics by moving the shape of my mouth and the internal shape inside my mouth. Getting a little bit unstable there where I've not warmed up properly, and it's actually starting to pull in my vocal cords as well. So that's not great technique. I need to do a bit more practice myself. So there we go, a little bit of a quick overview of overtone singing. I hope you've enjoyed that and you feel inclined to want to have a go. Have a look around on YouTube. There's a lot of really good tuition guides on there. Now I'm going to be adding some more of my own in the next few days and weeks to come. Cheers.